Well, happy Independence Day, Gideonstactical family. Thank you so much for joining me on this special episode as we celebrate what the Founding Fathers saw as God-given rights handed down from our Creator, not government, for freedom, for life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, and how they enshrined those in the Declaration of Independence that kicked off the foundation of this great country. And in this video, what I would like to do is just take a moment to really look at what America can do and what America has produced in innovation throughout the decades, honestly, and what we're still producing even to this day here in 2021. So since we are a gear review channel here, I figured what better way to pay homage and respect to the American spirit, the American grit, and American ingenuity by sharing with you guys some of my favorite gear items made right here in the USA. So to get us started, I figured why not throw us a little bit of a curveball and take a look at a brand that's been around since 1975, manufacturing their illumination products right here in America, and that's Princeton Tech. And they've been throwing light onto the illumination scene ever since 1975, really producing so many cool things. It's really cool to kind of see their story. But for me, as a user, I really feel like they haven't gotten the accolades that they deserve. I've used many Princeton Tech products over the years, mainly their headlamps, and been very impressed and how they can still make it here in America, but give it to you at a very good price point. And for us, now being on the road full time in an RV, you know, we have very limited space, and I decided to go with Princeton Tech headlamps for our main headlamp around the RV for my wife and I. This is the refuel model running on 3 AAA powered batteries, has a lot of different capabilities and has a good battery life, and it just connects with me well. But these aren't the only models that I've used that I've been very pleased with over the years. So I encourage you, if you're not familiar with Princeton Tech, maybe take a look, dive in, see if there's something that they offer that maybe you were looking for but you didn't know was made right here in America. So folks, as I may have said a moment ago, hanging out here in the state of Idaho, and I am about 10 miles from one of my favorite knife manufacturers, and that is Tops Knives, baby. And I had the amazing opportunity to meet up with the crew there and do a factory tour today, see how a knife is made from the blank all the way to the manufactured production that you see right here in front of you. And it's just awesome to see a US company getting US jobs and making everything in-house here in America is just super, super cool. And this blade in particular, I just had to run in for us, and it's the US Combat Fighting Knife. And it just speaks to what Tops is really good at. I mean, they have so many unique, cool designs. I think it's over 200 blades in production right now, all made here in America. But what's awesome is that they take also well-known designs and then play off of them, make them even stronger and even better, kind of like how Americans do our thing, right? Let's make that better. How can we make it bigger, better, thicker, stronger? So that's basically exactly what they've done, playing off of the original K-bar utility knife that helped us win World War II and seeing the capability of it. But then there are some weaknesses in playing off of that, giving us 1/4-inch thick spine, full tang construction with my micarta handle scales, an extra inch of blade length, so you have an 8-inch blade now that it would be just as home in a combat zone as well as on your next backpacking or camping trip. And guys, this blade I've used a lot. It is an awesome blade. It was one of the knives I said to myself, I have to take with me on this RV adventure. I have limited space, limited weight, but this has got to go with me because it's very capable and very, very cool, like a lot of things made right here in the USA. But folks, before we go any further, I gotta give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Grip 6. I'm here at their Utah facility where they make everything in-house right here in the USA. That's right, folks, from meeting BJ, the founder, who had an idea about 5 years ago to make a minimalist belt completely here in America, and finding out that there were actually a lot of roadblocks to making that happen. It was gonna be very difficult, but him finding a way, creating a minimalist belt that really works, and that's what really got me started and hooked on Grip 6, is that minimalist belt that I had long before you guys ever heard about it here at the channel that really worked and I really enjoyed using. But then getting to a point where it's an exploding business, all manufacturing done here in the United States, is just super cool. And now they've expanded into not only wallets, but also into socks, as well as so many other things. Those wool socks in particular are super cool, because I didn't know this, but the wool, US wool manufacturing has kind of been on the decline in recent years, but BJ wants to really jumpstart that and help energize the US wool market, and their socks are sourced right here in America in the Rocky Mountains, which is super cool. And it was awesome to see them made, have my boys watch that happen as we walk through the factory. It's just so cool. And they just have so much going on there, guys. I don't think you'll be disappointed with either their socks, their wallets, or their minimalist belts in any shape and size for men and women. And there's so many options. They even did a laser engraved custom for me, and you can do custom stuff there for a belt buckle on their site, which is just so cool. So I encourage you guys, go check out Grip6. We'll have a link in the description box below. Go check out this US founded and US manufacturing company that is funding and empowering the US market and the job market, as well as the products that actually work and get the job done. You won't regret it. And it's just awesome to have them sponsor this video of all the US gear and blades that we're looking at today. So this next gear item, I believe most of you already have, and if you don't, you should absolutely get one of these tools that fits your need, because this brand was founded in July 1983, and I'm talking about Leatherman Tool Company right there, baby. Made right here in America with a 25-year warranty, all the way from this newest Bond version that they recently released that's very reminiscent of that very first model that came out in 1983, to more exclusives like this really cool Topo blade coated Skeletool that works as kind of a combo pocket knife, but still giving you those pliers and screwdriver bits and bottle opener and a lot of other capability. And I believe the Leatherman brand and just the idea of this multi-tool really speaks to the heart and soul of America, that it is designed for the working man to get work done, and that's what Americans love to do, is get work done, but also being ingenuitive, coming up with something that was not yet available on the market and creating something that is reliable, something that gets work done, something that is extremely capable in a lot of different tasks. This kind of exclusive with the G10 handled Charge Plus. I picked this guy up right before we headed out in the RV, and I got to tell you, I carry this around the RV with me most days, particularly if I got a lot of work to do, because man, it has so much capability. So the Leatherman brand, I believe, is an amazing American staple, and if you don't own a Leatherman, you should pick one up. You won't regret it, but it really does speak to the heart and soul of what America is. I like thick blades and I cannot lie, and all you other brothers can't deny that when I unsheath my Becker BK2, you think of wood to carve, to split and hack and carve. Oh yeah, that's right guys, the Becker BK2. K-Bar is one of those brands that if you think of American knife manufacturing, K-Bar comes to mind absolutely. But I decided to show you today the Becker BK2 because this is America right here, freaking America with the Becker BK2, because it's thick, it's robust, it is a workhorse. And even though I have $500, $600 knives that have a lot of capability, I have never had a desire to get rid of this tool because it is literally the bulldozer of the woods. It is thick enough to split almost anything, but still manageable enough because of its shorter blade length to get the finer work done if I have to, and be able to just be so reliable and made right here in America. You can't complain about that. So this is just such a sick blade. I love the Becker BK2. You can see there it has years of work and love on it, and it just keeps on ticking. Well worth looking at if you need and you love those big, thick, honking bulldozer type blades. So sometimes you don't have to invent something new to make an impact on the world. And I'm talking about Nalgene water bottles. It's just a water bottle made right here in America, though, for the last several decades. And adventurers the world over have trusted these, taken these from Cambodia to Botswana, China, Israel, Egypt, Haiti, and back again. And that's where I've taken my Nalgenes as I've traveled the world doing that. And I trust my hydration when really the rubber meets the road to these more than any other brand or more than any other type of water bottle, just because they're inexpensive, they're really nice and tough and durable, and with plenty of shapes and sizes to choose from, you know you're getting American quality and toughness, but you're not going to break the bank and you're going to stay hydrated. Now, it doesn't matter if you became a citizen a week ago or you were born on American soil. I really believe that the American spirit is a spirit of adventure. of seeking the unknown, getting out there and experiencing new things, and really relying on your instincts, relying on your skills, and creating something for yourself. And when I think of that, I think of, regardless if it's a camping trip, I think of the Boy Scouts, you know, backpacking, pioneers, hunters and trappers. And one of the things that was absolutely required is a hatchet. And S-wing hatchets have been around for a very long time, made right here in America. And the classic leather stacked handle, the drop forged high carbon steel heads, all one piece, meaning that they have toughness and durability and reliability that a lot of head on wood handle hatchets just don't offer to you. And with a couple different sizes, the capabilities are really endless. And because they're rather inexpensive, they're amazing gift items. I know so many friends and family who got these as gifts as they started going into the Boy Scouts or doing other adventure camping trips, or, you know, getting in the outdoors. It was one of the very first tools they ever received as a gift because of its price, but also its capability. And I love what the S-wing represents, and particularly these compact sportsman sizes that they offer. I've trusted these and used these for years when I go out hiking and camping and overnighting, and they are absolutely extremely functional, extremely tough tools that just scream America. So when I think of rugged American tools, one of the things that absolutely pops into my mind, and probably for a lot of you, is a buck knife in a leather sheath. Right here I have some custom tricked out Buck 112, the 110 series. It's just classic, iconic, seen and known the world over for an American-made pocket knife, and really was a game changer when it came out into the scene in the late 60s, I believe is when it was originally manufactured and produced, and Buck has been around a lot longer than that. And this one has a lot of little custom trick outs with a screw-on thumb stud so I can deploy it one-handed. It's got 5160 steel, and then I have a kind of custom leather sheath as well, and they're fun to customize and just carry, and just they're worn. They're rugged tools. They're classic series that exists from some of these fixed blades and pocket knives. Just scream America and the ruggedness that is the American spirit. This next story is an absolute American tale. I recently met a guy named Stu, had a few phone calls with him, got to hear his story and his desire to start from scratch an American knife company, Reef Knives. And after hearing his desire, hearing his story, and hearing that he was taking a huge risk, being a family man with the kids and one on the way, that he wanted to quit his job and take a risk and jump out and start this brand of knives. And I gotta say, the F4 from Reef Knives that has recently just become available, the Kickstarter is already over 100% funded in like a day or two, which is just amazing. Really blew me away, and this is an amazing tool. 100% American made, really paying attention to quality, fit and finish. He sent me a couple 3D models that we talked through, and I was able to really give some feedback on. And it's just awesome to see a guy whose heart and desire to create a tool all here in America is just phenomenal. I love it. I love every aspect to it. I'll have a link for you guys. And I love being able to have this type of platform to help other American companies and American dreams try to become a reality. So this is one cool tool. You'll hear more about it in the future, but I just had to give a big shout out to it because it's absolutely an American story of being willing to take a risk, start something brand new, quit security and stability in a job, and take a leap of faith to start your own business, work for yourself, and create your own design. I think is just awesome and should be celebrated by everyone around the world, but particularly by us Americans. You know, we spoke a little earlier about hydration, but what happens when you have dirty water that you need to purify? Now, there are plenty of water filters, purifiers out there on the market, many of them really well designed, but not all of them are made right here in America. And I know for many of you, you want to know that it's coming from a trusted source when you are purchasing something that has to do with your gut and your health, you know, having healthy, clean, fresh water. Platypus water filters, made right here in America. I recently purchased this guy. We do have a review on this compared to the Be Free, not made here in America. This bad boy is and does a lot for you. Great It has a lot of different attachment options that you can attach it to different types of bottles and water bags, and does have a really good flow rate and can filter out a lot of backcountry dirty water when you're out on your adventures. So America is still producing stuff to keep you healthy and give you fresh, clean water. And again, this is what I keep seeing over and over again, even for myself. A lot of American-made products, they're not gonna break the bank. That guy comes in at under 40 bucks. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What water filtration system do you trust and do you use when you're either in a survival situation, you have in your go bag, or when you go into the backcountry for a day hike or backpacking trip? So this next company was founded here in America, but it really is an example for a lot of us. The difference between when it says made in the USA and the confidence level and trustability that you can have in that product versus when it's made somewhere else, say like China, you know, or something like that, where you're kind of like, ooh, I don't know, what am I going to get here? What's going to be the capability? And that brand is Gerber Knives. So if it has an American-made stamp on a Gerber knife, I've found in the last few years particularly that I really fall in love with them. The Gerber Strong Arm is one of the most bomb-proof, capable fixed blades I have in my collection. I have like 3 or 4 of them. I put them in my go bags. I have one ready to rock and roll at all times because it's capable in so many different scenarios. It's tough, it's durable, easy to resharpen, holds a decent edge, and has a lot of different capability. Their autos are amazing. This downrange is one of my favorite autos on the market. I love it, and it's one of the few Tanto blades that I own. Fantastic auto knife. These are both made in America. Lot of Gerber's overseas produced stuff, just not a huge fan of. Doesn't really seem to perform very well. And that to me is the difference between something made right here in America and something made somewhere else. This next brand, and particularly this next knife, being one of my most trusted tools, and they're one of the most trusted names in the industry because of their amazing warranty. No questions asked, lifetime warranty on ESEE Knives and ESEE tools like the ESEE Hungeles. This epic machete has seen so much work with me over the years in all sorts of different environments. It's been a workhorse and a half. It's light and nimble so that I can do a lot of finer work for such a large blade, but still got the impact power to split and chop like a large machete and can outperform a lot of small hatchets in its capability. And it really can be a one-tool option if you need to. With that American-made 1095 steel, again, lifetime, no questions asked warranty that ESEE is well known for. And it's just simple, and their whole line is really just simple. And that's what's the beauty of it, is that it's effective. You know that you're getting a tool that will last you a lifetime, and if not, they'll replace it and give you another one. And something that is a package that you can really trust a lot of adventures to, a lot of different terrain, a lot of different experiences, and see the world and not wonder, is my tool gonna fail on me? Is my tool gonna really perform the way it should? ESEE has always been that, at least for me, and I know for many, many of you, and the ESEE Hungeles in general is just one of the most iconic large blades that America produces. Well, folks, the sun is setting. It's time for me to wrap up this particular video. I hope that it's been fun and entertaining, just giving you some food for thought, maybe pointing you in the direction of some equipment that maybe you weren't thinking of before, but ultimately just paying my respects and homage to American ideals, American ingenuity, and just proving to myself as well as you, the viewer, that America still makes some of the most amazing, epic equipment and just manufacturing here in the world. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if there's maybe an item or brand or product that I missed or that you love that's made right here in the USA. And I look forward to reading those comments and having the dialogue below. I invite you to check out the other video popping up, to subscribe, as well as check out our other channel, Live the Trek, where my wife and kids and I and my dog Tommy, we all go on adventures together as we do this RV life. So it's awesome to take you guys as the Gideonstactical family along, but also you can see the more in-depth over on Live the Trek. We'll have a link in the description below as well. Until next time, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, stay free, and we'll see you out there.